Hello students, welcome to new video lecture on multiple choice questions. In this lecture I am going to discuss multiple choice questions on wave motion. This is fourth topic of the course Oscillations, Waves and Sound. This is course for SYBSc Physics at Savitribai Phule Pune University. Now this topic it is wave motion. Before going to multiple choice questions, we must know what is a wave. So what is a wave? So wave is nothing but an oscillatory disturbance propagating through the medium. Through the medium. Now suppose we take this region where there is medium, and suppose disturbance is created here, then that disturbance propagates through the medium. And if we take particles of the medium, they vibrate. Now particles of medium either vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation or parallel to the direction of propagation. So when wave propagates through the medium, energy is propagating. There is no migration of particles, there is only vibration of particles of the medium, and depending upon the direction of vibrations we have two types of waves: longitudinal waves or transverse waves. So we'll go to multiple choice questions. In longitudinal wave, the motion of particle is the wave's direction of propagation. So, in longitudinal waves, suppose wave is propagating along x-axis with time t. If we take any particle of the medium, it vibrates like this. So, it vibrates about its equilibrium position parallel to the direction of propagation of wave. So, this first one is correct. First one is correct. In transverse wave, the motion of particle is the wave's direction of propagation. So when wave is propagating along x-axis with time t, if we take here particles of the medium, particles vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation. So here perpendicular to the direction of propagation in transverse wave motion. The differential equation for wave along x-axis with time can be expressed as. So suppose we take this as x-axis and suppose this is y-axis, and we plot suppose mathematical form of disturbance, so we get a shape. And if we take any point P here, its displacement is given as phi. And suppose disturbance is created here at origin O, with time it propagates along x-axis, and if there is no change in shape, then we can take this new origin O dash. It will travel distance ct, where c is speed, and if we take this point P with respect to new origin we have x dash, so we write phi, that is f of x minus ct, and from this we get equation delta 2 phi by delta x square is equal to 1 upon c square delta 2 phi by delta t square. This is differential equation of wave motion propagating along x-axis with time t. So dabba 2 pi by dabba x square is equal to 1 upon c square dabba 2 pi by dabba t square, where c is speed. So this last one is correct out of 4 alternatives. And if we solve this, we will get phi is function of time, x position and time. If f is suppose sine function or cosine function, then we say that the wave is simple harmonic progressive wave, means every particle vibrate about its equilibrium position simple harmonically. Now the differential equation for transverse wave on the string having tension T and mass per unit length mu is given as. So suppose we take a string and suppose one end of string is fixed. Now L is length of string, M is mass of string, and mu, that is m upon L. And suppose we held this end in hand, and if we move this hand up and down, so disturbance is created and that one propagates. And here particle of string vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation. Here T is tension in the string. Then suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Then we get differential equation dabba 2y by dabba x square is equal to 1 upon c square dabba 2y by dabba t square. This is equal to dabba 2y by dabba x square is equal to mu by t dabba 2y by dabba t square. This is differential equation for transverse wave. This is differential equation for transverse wave. So here dabba 2y by dabba x square. So this one is correct. Here, so this is not correct. So this one is correct. Now next one, the velocity of transverse waves on the string having tension T and mass per unit length mu is given as. So here we have seen differential equation. Compare with this. We have 1 upon c square is equal to mu by t. So c square is equal to t upon mu. So c is equal to root of t by mu. So C is equal to root of tension upon mass per unit length. So here out of 4 alternatives, this one is correct. This one is correct. Now the differential equation for longitudinal waves propagating through the medium of bulk modulus K and density rho is given as. So here in longitudinal wave, particles of medium vibrate parallel to the direction of propagation of wave. Suppose we take here speaker and we produce sound by applying sine wave signal. So if we take here particles of medium, they vibrate like this, and wave will propagate along this direction. So here we get compressions and rarefactions, and suppose L is displacement of particle at time t, then we write dabba 2L by dabba x square is equal to rho by k dabba 2L by dabba t square, where rho is density of the medium and k is bulk modulus of the medium. So when longitudinal wave or sound wave propagates through the medium, compressions and rarefactions take place. And here if we compare this, you can write like this. So rho upon k here. So dabba 2 L by dabba x square. So here this one is correct. So here you can transform this to this. Now 1 upon c square is equal to rho by k. So you will get c is equal to root of k by rho, where c is speed. The velocity of longitudinal waves propagating through the medium of bulk modulus k and density rho is given as. So here we have seen c is equal to root of k upon rho. Root of k upon rho. So if we see here, this B is correct. B is correct. Now next one. The equation of motion for simple harmonic progressive wave propagating along positive x-axis is given as. So suppose wave is propagating along positive x-axis with time t, particles of medium vibrate along the direction of wave propagation of wave or perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave. In both the cases we get differential equation like this: dabba 2 pi by dabba x square is equal to 1 upon c square dabba 2 pi by dabba t square, and its solution is phi is equal to f of x minus ct. So here particles of medium, suppose they vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, we take dabba 2y by dabba x square is equal to 1 upon c square dabba 2y by dabba t square, and here also y is function of x minus ct. Y is displacement of particle at time t about its equilibrium position. If particles vibrate simple harmonically, the wave is called simple harmonic progressive wave, and we write y is equal to some a sine x minus ct, but we introduce here constant to make this quantity dimensionless. K is called propagation constant. So you can write this as a sine kx minus kct, or a sine kx minus omega t. You can write this as y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx also. And this equation represents the wave propagating along x-axis with time t, positive x-axis with time t. If we have positive sign here, then that is wave propagating along negative x-axis. So here along positive x-axis y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx, where a is amplitude of the wave. A is amplitude of the wave. When a plane wave travels in a medium in the positive x direction, the displacement of the particle is given by y of x comma t is equal to 0.01 sine 2 pi in bracket t minus 0.01 x bracket completed, comma, where y and x are measured in meters and t in seconds. What is the wavelength of the wave? So suppose here equation is given as y is equal to 0.01 sine in bracket 2 pi in bracket t minus 0.1 x. So you can write y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx. Now this omega, it is 2 pi nu, where nu is frequency, omega is angular frequency, k is propagation constant, that is 2 pi upon lambda. Now if we compare these two equations. We have A is equal to 0.01, omega is equal to 2 pi, because here 2 pi into t, and k is equal to 2 pi into zero point 0.1 into this one. And now k is equal to 2 pi upon lambda. So 2 pi into zero point 0.1 is equal to 2 pi upon lambda. So we'll get lambda is equal to 1 upon zero point 0.1. So this is 10 meter. 10 meter. So this one is correct. This one is correct. Now next one. This equation of plane progressive wave is given by y is equal to 0.025 sin 100t plus 0.25x. The frequency of wave would be. So here we know y is equal to a sin omega t plus kx. This is wave propagating along negative x-axis. So if we take this, we will get a is equal to 0.025 units, omega is equal to 100 radians per second, and k is equal to 0.25 units. So we know omega is equal to 2 pi nu. So nu is equal to omega upon 2 pi. Omega is 100 upon 2 pi. So we'll get 50 upon pi hertz. So here this first one is correct. 50 upon pi hertz. Now next one. A longitudinal disturbance generated by an earthquake travels 1000 km in 2 minutes. If the average density of rock is assumed to be 2800 kg per meter cube, calculate the bulk modulus of the rock. Now, longitudinal disturbance propagating through the medium will have speed c is equal to root of k upon rho. K is bulk modulus. Rho is density. And c is speed. Now, so from this we can write bulk modulus k is equal to rho into c square. Now rho is 2800 kg per meter cube. Now we have to find c. What is c? Now 1000 kilometer in 2 minutes. So distance upon time. So 1000 kilometer by 2 minutes. This is kilometer by minute. We will convert this into meter per second. So we get here 1000 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 2 into 60 meter per second. So we get here 10 raised to 6 upon 120. So use here. So K is equal to rho is 2800 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 120 square, and calculate this. So if we calculate this, we will get K is equal to now 1.94 into 10 raised to 11. Now unit will be Newton per meter square. because C it is in SI unit, rho it is in SI unit. So out of these, this is not correct, this is not correct, this is also not correct, this last one is correct. D, that is 1.94 into 10 raised to 11 Newton per meter square. Now next one. The equation of longitudinal wave motion is expressed by L is equal to L0 sine 2 pi in bracket 0.1 x minus 34t, where x and t are measured in meters and seconds respectively. Find the wave velocity. Find the wave velocity. So suppose we have general equation of wave y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx or kx minus omega t. So wave velocity, or it is also called phase velocity. This is equal to coefficient of t divided by coefficient of x in phase. This is phase. So coefficient of t is omega, coefficient of x is k, and this is wave velocity or phase velocity. Now here it is given L is equal to L0 sine 2 pi in bracket 0.1 x minus 34t. So C is equal to coefficient of t is 2 pi into 34. Coefficient of x, that is 2 pi into 0.1. So we get here 34 divided by 0.1. So 340 meter per second, because x and t are measured in meters and seconds respectively. So here B is correct. B is correct. Now next one. The velocity of sound in water of density 1000 kg per meter cube is 1500 meter per second. Determine the bulk modulus. Just we have seen C is equal to root of K upon rho. So K is equal to rho into C square. Now density is this. So 1000 kg per meter cube into 1500 square. So calculate this. So this is 10 raised to 3 into 225 into 10 raised to 4. So you will get 2.25 into 10 raised to 9 Newton per meter square. This is unit of bulk modulus. So out of this first one is not correct, C is not correct, D is not correct, this one is correct. 2.25 into 10 raised to 9 Newton per meter square. Now next one, the wave equation of wave motion is y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx. The velocity of wave is given as. Now velocity of wave, it is coefficient of t divided by coefficient of x. So it is omega by k. So c is equal to omega by k. So here first one is correct. Here it is k upon omega. Here omega square upon k, omega into k. So this first one is correct. Now next one, a wave has speed of 10 meter per second and frequency of 100 hertz. What is its wavelength? Now we know frequency into wavelength, it is speed. So C is equal to nu into lambda. Now C is given, nu is given. So what is lambda? Lambda is equal to C by nu. C is 10 meter per second divided by 100 hertz. So we get here 0.1 meter. This is wavelength. So 0.1 meter. So here first one is correct. 1 meter not, 100 meter not correct, 10 meter not correct. The wave equation of wave motion is y is equal to a sin omega t minus kx. Then the energy density is. Now energy density we know when wave is propagating through the medium means energy is propagating. So the medium contains energy. So energy per unit volume is called energy density. And this energy density, it is equal to 2 pi square nu square rho a square, where nu is frequency of the wave, a is amplitude of vibration, and rho is density of the medium. So we can see here energy density is proportional to square of amplitude. So when y is equal to a sin omega t minus x, its energy density is this. Because we find energy, that is kinetic energy plus potential energy from this, and then we divide it by volume. So we take a region, in that region we find kinetic energy and potential energy using this equation, and then we divide by volume of that region, and we will get this one, energy density. So EV is proportional to a square. This is the correct. So the wave of equation y is equal to a sin omega t minus kx propagating through the medium of density rho. The energy density is, just we have seen here, 2 pi square nu square rho a square. So here this first one is correct. Here we have only a, here a raised to 3 by 2, here a raised to 1 half. So this first one is correct. Next one, sound energy passing per second through unit area held perpendicular is called. So suppose through the medium sound waves are propagating along this direction, and suppose we take unit area perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, and these waves will pass through the area. Means energy is passing through the area. Amount of energy passing through the area, unit area, in 1 second is called intensity of the wave. I, intensity. Now, intensity of the wave, it is given as energy density into speed of the wave. So EV into C. So the wave of equation y is equal to a sin omega t minus kx propagating through the medium of density rho and with speed c, then intensity is I is equal to EV into C. So I is equal to EV is 2 pi square nu square rho a square into C. C is speed. So here, so this first one is correct. First one is, uh, this last one is correct. 2, we must have 2 pi square. So here 2 pi square mu square rho a square into C. So we must have here pi square. So this one is correct. This one is correct. The unit of intensity of the wave is intensity of wave is EV into C. Unit of EV, that is joules per meter cube, and unit of C is meter per second. So we get here joules per meter square second. This is unit of intensity. So here B is correct. B is correct. Now next one, the velocity of transverse waves over a stressed string is 200 centimeter per second. If its mass per unit length is 5 gram per centimeter, the tension in the string is. So we know C is equal to root of T by mu. So C is speed of the transverse waves propagating on the string and T is tension in the string. So this gives you T is equal to mu into C square. So we get T is equal to mu is 5 gram per second. So 5 into C is 200 centimeter per second. So 200 square. So we get here 5 into 4 into 10 raised to 4. So here 20 into 10 raised to 4. So 2 into 10 raised to 5, and this is now in dyne per centimeter, sorry, dynes. Uh, so this is in CGS unit. So here 2 into 10 raised to 5 dynes. This is the correct answer. Here we have 10 raised to 7, 10 raised to 2, 10 raised to 8. So this last one is correct. Now next one, a metal wire of length 50 centimeter weighs 5 gram. If it is stretched by a force of 10 Newton, what would be the speed of transverse wave passing on it? Now we know C is equal to root of T by mu. T is tension in the string and that is given as 10 Newton. Now mu is what? Mass per unit length. Now mass, that is 5 gram. So 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg. We have to take in SI unit because T is in SI unit. Divided by 50 centimeter means 50 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So we get here 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 5 into 10 raised to minus 1. So you will get this as 10 raised to 2 kg per meter. So C is equal to, sorry, here minus 2. So here 10 divided by 10 raised to minus 2. So we will get root of 10 raised to 3. So root of 1000. Now root of 1000 we will get 31.62 something meter per second. So out of 4 alternatives you will get this one is correct. The wave equation is y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx. What is the maximum velocity of particles of medium? Now here y represents displacement of the particle. So velocity of particle, that is particle velocity, it is dabba y by dabba t, and that is equal to a omega cos omega t minus kx. So we write this as v0 cos omega t minus kx. v0 is called velocity amplitude or maximum velocity because cos omega t minus kx, it varies between plus 1 and minus 1 through 0. So maximum value of velocity is v0. So V0 is equal to A omega. So here omega by k no, k by omega no, ak no, a omega. So this is correct. This is maximum velocity. The energy density of a plane progressive wave in a medium is 3 ergs per centimeter cube. If the wave velocity in the medium is 33,000 centimeter per second, then the intensity of the wave is. Now, if we see intensity, that is energy density into speed. Energy density, it is 3 ergs per centimeter cube. So 3 ergs per centimeter cube into 33,000 centimeter per second. So we get here 99,000 ergs per centimeter square per second. So we get this. So this one. First one is correct. First one is correct. Now next one. Now next one. The amplitude of two waves of same frequencies are in the ratio 5:2. If all other conditions for two waves are same, means frequency is same, density of the medium is same, then what is the ratio of their energy densities? We know energy density, it is proportional to square of amplitude. So I can take E1 is proportional to A1 square and E2 is proportional to A2 square. So E1 upon E2 will be equal to A1 square upon A2 square, or you can write A1 upon A2 bracket square. So you will get 5 by 2 bracket square means 25 by 4. So ratio is 25 to 4. So here this one is correct. Now next one, 26. The equation of transverse wave motion is expressed by y is equal to y0 sine 2 pi in bracket point naught naught 5 x minus omega t. If the maximum velocity of the particle is 44 centimeter per second, then amplitude of the wave is. So dabba y by dabba t, it is particle velocity. So if we differentiate this, we will get y0 into minus 2 pi into cos 2 pi in bracket point naught naught 5 x minus t. So minus y0 into 2 pi, and cos it varies between plus 1 and minus 1. So maximum velocity, that is amplitude, so 2 pi into y0. Now this maximum velocity is given. So it is 44 centimeter per second is equal to 2 pi y0. So we get here 44 upon 2 pi is equal to y0. So this is equal to 44 upon 6.28, and this comes out to be 7.00 something. So it is 7 centimeter. So 7 centimeter. Now next one, when longitudinal wave is propagating through the medium, comma, then the particles of medium move along the direction of propagation of wave, move perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, vibrate parallel to the direction of propagation of wave. So when longitudinal wave propagates through the medium, particles of medium vibrate parallel to the direction of propagation of wave. Parallel to the direction of propagation of wave. Now next one. A wave travels with a speed c along a string under tension. If the mass of the string is double but its length and tension are unchanged, what would be the speed of the wave? We know speed of the wave is given as c is equal to root of t upon mu, and mu is mass per unit length. Now mass is doubled, so I can take C1, it is root of T upon mu1, where mu1 is equal to 2 times m upon L. So we get here C1 is equal to so it is 2 times mu. So root of t upon 2 times mu. So we can write this as c upon root mu. C upon root mu. Sorry, root 2, not root mu, root 2. So c upon root 2. This one is correct. C is correct. Now next one. A string under tension T carries transverse waves traveling at speed c. If the same string is under tension 4T, what is the wave speed? So we know c is equal to root of T upon mu. So we can write C1 is equal to, now tension becomes 4T. So we will get C1 is equal to 2 times root of T upon mu. So C1 is equal to 2 into C. So 2 times C. 2 times C. Now next one, choose the equation that cannot represent a plane progressive wave. Now plane progressive wave means it contains space as well as time coordinate. Now in general, for plane progressive wave, we take equation y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx. So here omega is equal to 2 pi nu, or you can write 2 pi upon periodic time t, and k is equal to 2 pi upon lambda. So you can write y is equal to a sine 2 pi upon t into t minus 2 pi upon lambda into x, or y is equal to a sine 2 pi in bracket t upon capital T minus x upon lambda. Similarly, we know if we take this equation and we take y is equal to a sine, now 2 pi upon y is equal to a sine 2 pi upon lambda we will take out from the bracket. So in bracket we get lambda by t into t minus x, and now lambda by t, it is velocity. So we can write a sine 2 pi upon lambda in bracket ct minus x. So this is also wave equation. Both contain space and time. So this first one is wave equation, second one is wave equation, third one is wave equation. But here y is equal to a sine kx. This is not wave equation, progressive wave equation. So this last one is correct. Now next one, what is the relation between the amplitude of a wave and its speed? So wave speed. Now speed, so suppose y is equal to a sine omega t minus kx. Speed of wave is given as omega by k. So wave speed does not depend on amplitude, while particle speed depends on amplitude. So the amplitude of wave is independent of speed. The amplitude of wave is directly proportional to speed. No, the velocity of wave is directly proportional to the square of amplitude. No, the velocity of a wave is directly proportional to the inverse of its amplitude. No. So this first one is correct. Now next one, the sound wave propagates through the air medium in the form of compressions and rarefactions. So at compressions, particles come close to each other. So pressure is increased. So as compared to normal atmospheric pressure, pressure is increased. In that region, density is increased. And in the region of rarefactions, pressure is decreased, density is decreased. So at compression, pressure is high and density is high. So first one, the pressure is normal, atmospheric pressure, no. Second one, the pressure is high and density is high. This is correct. Third, the pressure is low and density high, no. The pressure is low and density is low, no. So the second one is correct. The pressure is high and density is high. So density in that region is decreased, increased in the region of compressions, and in the region of rarefactions, density is decreased. Now next one, the place within the earth where disturbance of earthquake begins is known as. So suppose we take simply earth. So suppose this is earth. This is earth. And now if we take this region, this is surface of earth, this is surface, and below surface here, this region, it is called crust. Crust. Here we have core, and core has two parts, inner core and outer core. So this is inner core and this one is outer core. Outer core, it is in liquid form. Inner core, it is in solid form. So somewhere in the crust below the surface of earth, due to breaking of rocks, disturbance is created. So the point at which disturbance is created, it is called focus. And the point just above focus on the surface of earth, it is called epicenter. So when earthquake takes place, from focus, two types of waves propagate through the medium of earth. First wave, they are P waves. So these are P waves. So here P waves propagate through the surface of through the earth. Through the earth. So they propagate here. Now when wave is incident here, it is refracted and it goes like this. So when it goes like this, it is again refracted. Here it is refracted, here it is refracted, and wave will reach here. So here from this point to this point, here shadow for P waves. These are called P waves or primary waves. They produce compressions. So they are longitudinal type. Another type of waves also produce at the focus and propagate. So these are called S waves. S waves. Now S waves do not propagate through liquid medium. So they can reach here, they can reach here, they can reach here. So if we take here this one, so from this point to this point, so here it is 103 degree to 150 degree. Here also 103 degree to 150 degree. It is shadow for P waves. And from 150 means if we take here from 0 to 103 shadow for S waves. So if we take point here, no S wave will arrive there. So here also on this side, shadow for S waves. And from this it is concluded that at the center of Earth there is liquid medium, because secondary waves do not propagate through liquid medium, they are transverse type waves, while longitudinal waves they can propagate through liquid medium. Now these are two types of waves. Primary waves are the fastest waves. So if we take suppose here seismic station, if seismic station is here, P wave will arrive, S wave will arrive. Also other two types of waves they originate from the epicenter and they propagate along the surface, and they are L waves and Rayleigh waves. These are two types of waves and they are propagating around the surface of Earth through the crust, surface of Earth through the crust. So this is in general propagation of waves. The place on the surface of the Earth just above the point where the disturbance of earthquake begins is known as epicenter. Just above the focus, it is called epicenter. Which of the following waves originate from the focus? Primary waves, Rayleigh waves, lateral waves, all of the above. Now primary waves and secondary waves originate from the focus. So here primary it is correct one. While Rayleigh waves and lateral waves they originate from epicenter. Now next one, the primary waves are longitudinal type, transverse waves, both longitudinal and transverse, neither longitudinal nor transverse. Primary waves are longitudinal type, they produce compressions and refractions, while secondary waves are transverse waves. Which of the wave constitute the main shock of an earthquake and are responsible for the most of the destruction of human life and property? So we have seen here two types of waves that originate from the epicenter and move along the surface, that are L waves and Rayleigh waves. Out of these two waves, Rayleigh waves are responsible for the destruction, most of the destruction. Rayleigh waves are responsible for most of the destruction. So suppose we take cross section of this crust through which Rayleigh wave is propagating. So what happens if we take any particle, it will move like this. That particle will move like this. The instrument used to record earthquakes and other movements of Earth's crust is called. So the instrument used in the earthquake station, that is called seismograph. So here this last one is correct. This last one is correct, seismograph. So this is about multiple choice questions on wave motion. So thanks very much. So in next lecture, I will discuss sound and Doppler effect. So thanks very much again.